When we had last left, the Envoy, they had ran afoul of some outcasts from Solace Keep who had decided to turn to banditry. And Amalia, of course, one of their more notable figures. Nonetheless, the people back at the Warden's Watchtower nearby were most sad and saddened by their loss, because of course the Envoy killed them all. Now they found themselves in Solace Keep itself, where they were to seek out perhaps the help of one Kostya, or at the very least, members of their council, and see where to go from there, specifically to the garden. This is Avowed. Welcome back. Zoop. There we are. And let's unhide that. And let's be on our way. Let's see. Over here. Oh, you're the bounty master. Maybe. The Spore King. I think we killed this thing. Yeah. Attention. A reward will be given for killing an exceptionally territorial sporling that has been causing havoc in the slumbering fields. It is believed to have been around since before even Nandru's time, but it is causing difficulty for our engineers and wardens that are trying to ensure fresh water continues flowing to Solace Keep. This creature must be destroyed for all our sakes. To claim your reward, return proof of your kill to Solwyn in Solace Keep.
We've taken to calling it the Spore King. Not sure when it started or who is to blame, but the name stuck, unfortunately.
Kongasar and Krusta. This is the duo of ogres. Yeah. Attention! A reward will be given for killing the pair of ogres that have taken up residence at the old godless shrine. They are extremely aggressive and have refused any attempts to communicate. Worse, they have slain multiple wardens patrolling the area. Kongasar and Krusta must be eliminated. To claim your reward, return proof of your kills to Solwyn in Solace Keep.
Be careful with those ogres. Bastards are tough.
Destool? I don't think I've killed this thing. Attention! A reward will be given for killing a foul undead creature that has been seen wandering the ash forest. For some reason, it has taken up residence in the forest crater. Its very existence is an affront to Wodaka. Cleanse the tusks of its foul presence. To claim your reward, return proof of your kill to Solwyn in Solace Keep.
Put that poor husk out of its misery. Destroy it, so that the soul within can be freed.
Beetle Matriarch? I maybe killed this. Attention, a reward will be given for killing a deadly beetle matriarch. It has established a large nest in Galawain's tusks and is breeding at an alarming rate. Removing this menace and stem the beetle invasion. Remove this menace and stem the beetle invasion plaguing the region. Claim your reward, yada yada.
Be careful with this one. We believe it's the source of the beetles infesting the region.
Renato's dispatch? Wanted. Sansa, some nim dude from Paradise, reports his assistant, Renato, is missing somewhere in the tusks. A reward has been offered for the return of Renato's cartographic notes. Below is his last correspondence, in case he's not already dead. Sansa, my good man, work is still proceeding apace. It's rocky going, though. Hot, cold, and windy, all in the same day. Hope to reach Solace Keep tomorrow. Looking forward to the local cuisine. These wilds are a test of what one considers edible. I'll have the geologic feature data sent your way as soon as I find anything resembling a courier post. The Pargrunen are skeptical of outsiders, to put it delicately. I'm not sure what a Nimdude is, but I've been called it 3 times. Any longer, and I might not be above bribing a merchant caravan to carry it. If I've learned one thing about the Tusks, it's that a fellow has to do what it takes. Renato. No, I didn't find that. I did get that one amulet, though. Okay.
Welcome to the Tusks, outsider.
Thanks.
Be courteous while in Solace's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly.
Okay. I have a bounty to claim. Is there nobody else available to deal with these? Why do these creatures need to be killed? Goodbye. Is nobody else available for this?
No. Our fighters are more than capable, but they are stretched thin. Times are hard. But that's life here in the Tusks.
Why do these creatures need to be killed?
Resources are scarce out here. We need to cull the competition if we are to survive.
Alright, I got bounties to claim.
Well done, outsider. Seems you may have a thing or two you could show my wardens.
Okay, well, the bear is dead.
Vengeance for the fallen. Thank you. This means more to me than you know. Excellent work.
Kongasar and Krusta are no more.
You did it? Can't believe someone took them on. Let me look at those amulets. How strange. Matching half moons.
The beetle matriarch has been exterminated.
Well done. I will always have bugs to deal with, but at least they won't be hatching in such large numbers anymore.
Nod politely. Okay, I will nod politely. Oh, I was like curtsying or something. Okay.
Anything to report?
Yeah, I have another bounty.
Excellent work.
The Spore King has been dethroned.
Funny. Hopefully that name can fade away into obscurity.
Okay, goodbye.
Bring Magran's wrath upon the enemies of Solace, outsider.
Yeah, I think the only one we were ultimately missing was that undead one, right?
Oh, great.
Oh, great. Okay. Quartermaster Yorgu.
Outsider.
Warden. You must be the Keep's chief diplomat. This looks like a place where I can buy things. I should be going. Warden.
You need something?
You don't see a lot of outsiders here, do you?
Never once, and now that I have, I can't say I care for it. Leave our keep and our garden be. That's all I'll say on that.
Really, and the garden too. Alright, I'd like to trade. Son of Black Heaven. Shield. Blocking has a 10% chance to restore 20 essence, plus 50 max essence. That's not that good. Maybe if I were more focused on casting. One of the two legendary armaments favored by Fesa Aedyran, a fire godlike arcane knight of the Steel Garrote from centuries past. What was the other one that we had found? We'd found another one of these. Maybe it was the magic mistle? The colors of the shield reflect the woman that first wielded it. With coal-black skin and fire that burned a brilliant gold, Fesa was a sight to behold on the battlefield. Despite her overzealous use of her powers in combat, Son of Black Heaven kept Fesa energized and ready to continue the fight for much longer than would be expected for a woman so eager to unleash her wrath. Was it the magic mistle? No. Yeah, what was the other one that I had found that was tied to them? Bellwalker's vestments? No, maybe I already scrapped whatever it was. Fragments of the Spoils. This map provides information on the locations of fragments for Gallowayne's God Totem. Purchase it to see the information contained within as well. Oh yeah, we get a fun little, like, poem. Or rhyme. Where the fungal forest halts, among ruins the changeling's totem exalts. Below a bridge above the acid sea, the first of the Elk's remains shall be. Past disused tower guarding lava fields, by stone and bramble this antler is sealed. The lupine pelt will heed your call on ashen tower where the sky did fall. Near the founder's head these arrows find, out of view where he is blind. In fallen spire, amidst fields of slumber, a wooden trio awaits to be discovered. The final shafts you shall seek in a silent village where spirits still shriek. A little dodgy on those last few rhymes. Okay, I'll buy this cave coral. Anything else? I'll buy some picks. Should I buy Forgotten Soul Pods? How many of those do I have? Do I have plenty? Yeah, I got 23. I don't need to buy any, I don't think. Okay. Good. Sure. Plant up there?
Nandru chose this place for a reason, huh?
Exactly. To leave would only insult the great founder.
Generations of our kin have lived and died within these halls. We can't disappoint them.
As long as we lend our strength to Mihala, We won't.
Let's check the opposite wing
Mihala is
here.
to blame. We need to open our gates to the world, lest it leave us behind.
Petru's key.
Absolutely. Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from Fjord, or all of the goods that pass through Paradise? No, I can't. Not with Mihala calling the shots.
Then perhaps it's time for a change around here.
Looks like we have to jump down from up top. Okay. Oh, Captain Joffrey. Jeffrey?
So you're the outsiders my guards let into the keep. Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmin. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you have a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough.
That's some way to treat the envoy of Edir. What's got you so frazzled? Don't judge Cosmine too harshly. I'm very persuasive. It's some way to treat the envoy of Edir.
I don't care who you are. Unless the council has approved it, no outsiders are allowed in the keep. And now one of my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to ream me for this.
Is it really that bad? For the captain of the wardens, you seem pretty incompetent. Your man's failure isn't your own. Let's be shitty. For the captain of the wardens, you seem pretty incompetent.
That's because none of this is my job. Not really.
He's not even going to
Mihala
deny that
ordered
he
me
seems
to take
incompetent.
over for our Captain
Fair enough,
Petru
you know?
until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything.
That's one way to get promoted. What happened to him? That is odd. What happened to him?
If I knew, I wouldn't be talking to you, Nimdut. Mihala said it was council business, but there's nothing in his office. No journal, nothing. One of my wardens, Mina, is convinced something happened to him, but I don't have the time or resources to spare.
I could look for him if you like. What kind of something? Sorry, that's not my problem. What kind of something?
Wish I knew. Mina's been distraught ever since Petru disappeared.
Yeah, we'll
so I've
find
relieved
Petru's
her of
key.
her duties. I can't have one of my wardens like this, drunk and useless. She's likely over in the bar, drowning her sorrows. If there's anything to know about Petru, she'd know it.
What's our dictionary thing here say about Petru? Former captain of the Wardens of Solace Keep. He has recently vacated the position. Okay.
We met him in Emerald Stair, did we not?
Did we?
Odd for the captain of the guard to disappear like that. Let's look into this.
Wake up, Mother. It's me, your Oh!
Oh.
Oh, my dear. It's been so long. How is my grandson, that little blight? Mother, I saw you earlier. Don't you remember? No, my little grab. I'm sorry.
She's getting Dream
Where is
Scourged.
your boy? He's just on patrol. He'll be back soon.
Unless it could just be regular ass like dementia or whatever.
I would just like to be left alone. Go. You won't do any good here.
Okay. What's in the back here? Exceptional shield. Nothing else. Okay. About around this way. More goodies up top.
I'll have to bring this to the council's attention.
Let's check in here.
They're never going to survive out there. You're probably right, but it was their choice. They're no longer our people. I know, but my brother is among them. I just wish he'd recognize his mistake and come back home. I'm sorry, but this isn't your brother's home anymore. Yes, you're right. He made his choice.
Okay. Anything over here of interest? Nope. Let's go up top. Can I enter here? It looks like it. Oh, I have to unlock it with Petru's key. As well. Somebody dead in here? Nope. Not yet, at least. pick into this chest. We might have enough picks for the rest of the game at this point. Got some cave coral in there. A lot of good stuff. A dagger. Ugh, look at this pile of trash. Damn, okay. Let's see, anything over here? Pop this open. What have we got? I'll take it. Good.
No, I couldn't possibly. It's too precious. Safe. In the drawer.
Diary entry. We mustn't. I gasp, pushing her away from me as our lips part. It isn't right. Provetica is upon us, my heart. She sobs, reaching up to card her fingers through my hair. We must seize happiness where we can. I gaze into her eyes, limpid pools of tears, and take her in as she stands before me. Her hair, tousled from our strenuous activities, falls gracefully over her shoulder in waves more beautiful than any ocean. Mihala. I whisper her name like a prayer. She surges forward, our tongues battling for dominance. It goes on like this for pages. Okay. Unfinished poetry. These hastily scrawled words form the beginning of a poem that was never finished. What would I do for you, my son? That's quite a list, far more than one. I would travel to the garden for you. I would eat a bowl of Solace stew. I would rather play with you instead of handling the wares of the honored dead. I would split apart the sky stone gray, just to give you a look at the world outside. But for now, all that I can do is... The end. Unfinished. Okay, let's do some jumping here. If we can. Good. Old hammer? First I thought it was a weapon for me. I'm not sure if this is even the route we were meant to take. Hey look, there's something on that statue's head.
Another godlike. Not as handsome as you, but still easy on the eyes.
That's Nandru, founder of Solace. Don't speak ill of him if you value your life.
Aww. Nandru was new to Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. Can I make that jump, or jump anywhere in particular? I don't think so. I'll give it a shot, though. Oh, nope. Okay. Now let's go down a level. I think, yeah, the forge.
Aedyran, patron god of smiths and forges. Animancers respect him. Minerals fear him.
Minerals
like
fear him.
Aedyran among the forges of Solace is rather self-explanatory.
Ah, the outsiders. Welcome.
Yeah, honestly, Aedyran is kind of alright by me, from what I remember. Right? Aedyran's mostly, like, alright. Forgemaster's orders. This notice is written in intense, angry handwriting on a piece of smudged, charred parchment. To all who serve in the forge, I understand you think I am unworthy of this position, but by decree of the Council of Solace and our hallowed traditions, I am your forgemaster, and you shall all treat me as such. For example, no more leaving stations unkempt, no more sloughing ash in my direction, no more stealing of my rations, no more using the forge fires to cook meat, no more hilarious effigies, no more use of the term gorge master to refer to my eating habits. No more flicking slag at me and then acting like you did nothing. Truly, I know it was you. No more swapping my quenching oil out for deadly acid. No more patting me on my head instead of saying yes, Forge Master. I expect these guidelines to be followed to the letter, lest the commandant hear of my complaint herself. Forgemaster Dela. Hello, Forgemaster.
I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place.
Having trouble being heard? What is your role here? I'd like to see your wares. Having trouble being heard?
Indeed. Some of it is all the noise, but some of it is that I'm new to this job. Hazing is what it is. I am Forgemaster Dela. Recently appointed, I should add. Old Master Tassa passed away, and the council appointed me.
Master Tassa died? I figured that old lady would live forever.
So did I. Turns out death comes for us all. Surprised me, too.
Arcane Scholar, someone volunteered you for the position, I take it? Congratulations are in order. You don't sound pleased with the job. Sorry to hear about your old master. You don't sound pleased with the job.
I enjoy it just fine. It's just that I was the best smith we had when Master Tassa died. So, naturally, I got pulled out of smithing and into management. Not sure when I'll touch a hammer again. But that's beside the point. What can I do for you?
Looks like you take your inspiration from that shrine to Aedyran. Show him the starmetal. Stockkeeper Eberk told me you could make something special for me with this. Where do you get your materials? I should be going. Where do you get your materials?
We have mines throughout the tasks, though most of them were abandoned until very recently. Most of our material comes from reforging old equipment. Someone dies or retires and we make something new from their stuff.
It's a fine tradition, if you don't mind going on patrol in your dead uncle's old pants.
Mock all you like, outcast. This way has worked for centuries. What can I do for you?
Why were your mines abandoned?
Like most things around Solace, they got too costly and dangerous to maintain. The council thought it best to close them down. Councilor Kostya has argued to get some of them open again. We might be getting some new ores sometime soon.
Looks like you take your inspiration from that shrine to Aedyran.
I know. A shrine to Aedyran in a forge. How unique.
Okay, I'd like to see your wares. I don't want to show him the star metal just yet. I want to see your wares. Faith and Conviction. Slowly regen essence. You and your companions receive plus 4% damage reduction. Not half bad. Okay. Let's see, what does it say for its description here? Being awarded with this armor is one of the greatest honors that a soldier of the Aedyran Empire can receive. To even be considered for this, a soldier must have consistently shown unwavering faith in Wodica and boundless devotion to the Empire and all of its people. This is not enough for a recipient of this armor. This is not enough. For a recipient of this armor must also have proven themselves to be a strong leader, a peerless warrior, and willing to sacrifice everything in the name of Edir. How this esteemed plate made its way to Solace Keep is a mystery. Okay. Gauntlets of Devotion. Minus 10% stam cost while blocking. Hits deal 5% bonus fire. Long ago, these gauntlets were worn by an Aedyran-worshipping warden paladin that dedicated her life to defending and preserving the numerous Pagrunan edifices that dotted the face of Galawain's tusks. Her answer to most problems was simply to smite her enemies with holy fire, repeating as often as needed to make said problems go away. Her zeal lives on through these gauntlets, imbuing the wielder's own weapons with a small sliver of this fire. Okay. I'll buy some potions. Oops. And should I buy picks? May as well. I really don't think we'll need to buy any more, though. And sell these off. Oh, Sapphire's very valuable. Yeah, diamond is not as valuable as topaz or emerald or sapphire. One of the world's hardest stones and also one of its rarest. Sapphires are often blue and can possess extremely vivid coloration. It is rumored that they can be found in the frozen reaches of the Living Lands, though very few have returned from such expeditions with stones in hands. What's it say about diamond? This mostly colorless stone is popular for its ability to refract light, but it is not particularly rare and can be purchased at reasonable prices in most areas of the world. Emerald, a rare stone. Emeralds are usually known to be green, but in some cases can be completely colorless. The discovery of an emerald deposit generally means a lifetime of prosperity for the prospector. Let's sell all these. Okay, our exceptional stuff can also get sold. Good. And over here. Great. Okay. Should I buy any of this? I don't think so. Okay. Got another shield here we can pawn off. Check here in the back. Copper pyre. Okay, let's do a quick save before we turn in this metal, in case I can choose what I want.
What did you miss most? The loud clanging or the grimy walls and floor? What can I do for you?
Show him the star metal. Stockkeeper Aberg told me you could make something special for me with this.
Did he now? And what exactly is... Hobbiton's shiny beard? That's star metal! These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else forgemaster. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it!
Are you done? So what can you do with it? Let him continue. So what can you do with it?
The question you should be asking is what can't I do with it? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. A simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal.
Probably not that.
Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal arquebus. Now that sounds like a proper challenge.
Okay. What does... Yeah, we'll check out both of them. Let's check the sword first, because I'm probably not going to take the sword, and then I'll quick load and check the other reward.
Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
This ought to be good.
It is done.
Huh.
I call it
Meteor
a
blade.
Meteor blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge.
I see why you're the forgemaster. Thank you. This is an incredible weapon. I look forward to putting your skills to the test out there. Let's say that.
You will not find them lacking. That said, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. Bring me more fragments, and I can make you that arquebus I mentioned. Or, yes, perhaps I could further refine your meteor blade.
Give him the star metal. Give me an even sharper blade. Give him the star metal. Let's complete the set. Make me the arquebus. I'll keep an eye out for more. I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you, Envoy.
Wow, so we can do even more? How many pieces did I have? Okay. Meteor blade. One-handed melee. A full combo attack gives the enemy 20% minus 20% damage for 15 seconds. Hits deal 10% bonus frost. This elegant blade is perfectly balanced and beautifully engraved. You can feel the cold of the star metal seeping through the grip on the hilt. It is not uncomfortable, more of a constant reminder of the otherworldly nature of the material the sword is crafted from. Yeah, I guess it's alright. Right, the enemy deals minus 20% damage. Has to be the full combo attack, not just a single hit. I'm curious what the other effect would be. Hang on. Let's see. Let's go back to camp. See the enchant effect on it. There we are. Actually, do I have a fast travel point back at Solace Keep? I guess worst case I'll just load the save. Let's see, workbench. Chanting right here. Meteor blade. Oh, wow, you can get double the damage reduction on the enemy. Wow. A successful parry deals high stun and frost accumulation to nearby enemies. How high, though? How much stun are we talking? Could you actually get it to a point where it's worthwhile to parry? Okay, can I fast travel back to Solace Keep? No. Okay, well, let's reload that. Sorry, Marius. I want to see what all we have on offer here. I wonder what this will do. Just turn it into a two-hander?
You're back. What can I do?
Okay, show me what you got.
These days I want. And if they come.
Okay, what can you do with it?
I could.
I'll take the sword, and then we'll upgrade the sword.
It is done.
Oh, she said something.
The meteor blade.
Wonder how this will turn out. There's so much we don't know about the properties of otherworldly metals. Okay, look forward to testing it. Yeah, give me an even sharper blade.
Golem. Oh, this will be my pleasure. This won't take long, but it will be worth it. Just you wait and see.
Can't wait to see how this turns out.
Here you are. The finest blade I have ever had the pleasure of crafting. May it serve you well.
Andra's offense? I will carve both our names into the annals of history with this sword. You've outdone yourself, Forgemaster. I'll put it to good use. Stare in awe at the weapon. You've outdone yourself.
I should hope so. Anything less would be an enormous waste of potential.
Okay, I should be going. Let's see. Oh, it is still a one-handed melee weapon. Huh. What would the difference be? Hits deal plus 10% bonus frost damage? Is that the difference? With more star metal to work with, Forgemaster Della was able to take the meteor blade and hone its already impressive edge to something of legends. The cold emanating from this weapon has deepened to a chill worthy of the void that the metal came from. When holding this sword, you can almost hear a faint sound, not unlike the ebb and flow of the tides themselves. Is it true? It does look very cool. Okay, let's take it to camp. Is the enchant the same, though? I wonder if we can do the arquebus and then double down on the arquebus, too. Alright. Alright, same. Enchants are identical. Okay, let's reload that. I wonder if the arquebus will also inflict cold. Okay, well.
You're back! What did you miss? What can I do for...
Here, star metal. Yep, it's pretty cool. What can you do with it?
I could...
I want an arquebus.
May Abaddon guide my hand, and this trial be worthy of Magrin's attention.
I wonder how this will turn out.
Oh, same.
Here it is.
Moonstrike.
Firearm unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abaddon's hammer struck the falling moon.
Okay. I look forward to putting your skills to the test out there.
You will not find them lacking. This material is unlike
same,
any
same.
other. Bring me more fragments, and I will forge for you a blade unlike any other. Though with more star metal, I may be able to upgrade the Moonstrike Arquebus a bit more.
Okay, good. I'll keep an eye out for more. I should be going. Let's take a look at what it does. Let's see. What did he call it? Moonstrike? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, hits deal 10% bonus frost. Power attacks deal moderate frost accumulation to nearby enemies. Okay, so it's good for kiting. The opalescent mosaic pattern decorating this arquebus brings thoughts of the stars beyond to its wielder. Each bullet fired from it strikes as violently as Andra's own moon, and as cold as the void. The normally rigid star metal that was used to make this weapon has been masterfully molded into an exquisitely functioning arquebus. No easy feat. Running a finger along the barrel produces an eerie noise, somewhere between humming and a cacophony of whispers. Cool. Okay. Sure. Well, let's upgrade it. I wonder if it'll make the damage go up to 15%. Okay.
You're back. What can I...
I've got more star metal.
Blessed day. What would you like done?
Upgrade the Moonstrike Arquebus.
Let's. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time. Proper rifling for the barrel and a bit of weight balancing will do this arquebus wonders.
Let's keep a safe distance.
Here you are.
Heaven's
a
Strike.
firearm unlike any other. Use it to rain death upon your foes for me, eh?
Okay, you've outdone yourself.
I should hope so.
Alright, I'll be going. And what does it do? Okay, Heaven's Strike. Still 10% bonus frost. Oh, I think the actual damage and stun of it did actually go up. Huh. So it's like an even higher grade of the same weapon. Yeah, because wasn't it like 300s for the damage and stun on it? I think so. Man, that is a lot of stun. Jesus. How does Barbaric Strike work? Deal higher stun? Yeah, it doesn't even specify ranged or melee. How about Flurry of Blows? Same? I guess so. Huh. Okay. Sure. How's it look, though? More importantly. Ooh, it looks amazing. Wow. Very cool. Okay. Still, I can't help but wonder if maybe I should have gone a different route with the build and kept that one, what do you call it? The arquebus that dealt extra stun damage at point blank that was for sale at Shatterscarp or whatever. Okay. Let's see. Should I... Yeah, let's talk to the forgemaster again? No? Okay. Let's head on up here. Good. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could have been a pretty easy toss-up between either using this weapon more or using that arquebus for a stun build. I think maybe both were viable. I guess the benefit
Council's just up this
with
lift.
this is that you
out
get
of my
shield
element.
stuff available, right? So you can parry or do a shield slam or shield bash. That said, of course, you know, with the arquebus, the advantage is that you can attack from range.
Madness.
Nowhere else will you see this much water flowing freely in the tusks.
They gonna mind if I take their...
image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please.
Oh, hello, Chief Engineer Gabriel?
Raluca told me we have you to thank for getting the waters flowing once more. I cannot wait to study the godless architecture. Whatever we learn from them can help Solace outlast the trials that felled the ancients. You've been invaluable. Please take this. Thank you again for your help. Perhaps whatever blessed Nandru truly does live in you.
Damn, okay. Thanks for the free stuff. Okay. Got a ladder there, but I don't think it's of any import. Nothing here really either. Okay. And this is where we could have jumped down.
What am I going to do?
Hello?
Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please?
Oh, I bet you want your hammer that you dropped. Help with what?
Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it,
Here it is, safe and sound. That depends. What's my reward? Why can't you just buy a new hammer? What's all this construction even for? Sure, I'll go take a look. I'm a little busy right now. Here it is, safe and sound.
Ah, you have done me a great service, Amakul. Merti, Envoy. May your kindness be repaid swiftly.
Merti. Limber word for thanks. Oh, I couldn't ask about what the building was for?
Is it me?
Well, shit.
Or does everything look suspiciously like a nail?
Anything else?
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Obsidian quarter?
Ugh. I bet the officers up above don't have to deal with that.
On the bright side, the legs are pretty good in a stew.
That is both gross and intriguing. What time is dinner?
Over here, got a door to who knows where. Got a bunch of booze, fresh water. Let's check in this door. A lot of stuff on the table. Drafted letter. This letter is clearly a draft. Words are crossed out and there are notes in the margins. To the honored council of Solace. I have made my feelings on this topic known repeatedly, and yet nothing of substance has been done. It should be no surprise to you that many of us in the Obsidian Quarter have issues with the way certain policies have been enacted. I, for one, have left my boots out to be shined on several occasions, only to awaken to a pair of still scuffed boots. Such dereliction of duty cannot be accepted. Imagine if, should Mogren will it, enemies attacked from outside and no one was standing at the front gates. This is the slipperiest of slopes, and I, for one, will not allow this keep to diminish in this way. I explained to the miscreants in charge that I would be speaking with their commanding officer, but it was to no avail. My boots shall one day shine like the sun. Tradition must hold. Yours truly, Lokodine Karen. Okay, anything in here? Take that. Check up this way. Oh, look at this little secret hidey hole. Exceptional Grimoire of Elements. I kind of like this little fun nook. Seems very cozy and restful. Anything else up here? person, Afara.
No one sees me like this.
It's too late, I see you.
Who let you in here? What do you want?
You hiding out here? Why are you up here? Why are you up here?
Why am I in my own home? I think a better question is, why are you here? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the lands, we must make do with an ever-shrinking supply of true goods.
Apparently there's a trade caravan that's supposed to be here soon. Well, there was a trade caravan on its way here. Are you too good for everything being sold in Solace? Good luck with that, I guess. There was a trade caravan on its way.
Right. You might not want to get your hopes up on that one.
No one suffers as I do. Just leave me. Oh, and don't get anything dirty on your way out.
Okay. Well, let's head on down. There's this door over here. Oh.
An outsider.
Can't go through that.
I've never seen someone so tall.
Anything else? Someone's so tall. Man, we ain't even got Kai with us.
Take pride in our home, fellow Pagrunin, for Solace is an impenetrable fortress.
Ain't nobody even sat here in the pews. They're way back there.
Any assault.
Never heard a speech full of such bluster.
It's not the content, but the interpretation that bothers me.
Oh, it's because they hate her.
The walls of Solace have never been brought down by words alone.
I think his words and his breath combined would be a greater threat.
Oh, his. Hello? Mr. Varka? Can I talk to you? I don't think so. Oh, I can.
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my.
Something the matter? You're staring at my face, aren't you? Let's say that.
Well, you must admit, it is striking.
What can you tell me about Nandru? Your philosophy seems controversial. What do scholars do in Solace? Never mind. What can you tell me about Nandru?
Ah, our beloved founder. Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace. Many believe Nandru was led here by a spirit guardian of some kind. Others believe he was simply an excellent judge of location. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in place to this day, while others may have fallen by the wayside.
Arcane Scholar, what do your records say about the end of Nandru's life? What kind of person was he? How have Nandru's traditions changed? Do you know anything about a garden? I want to know how they changed.
If you ask these absolute Zarips, they'd say not at all. I maintain that our Solace is more in Sorina's vision than Nandru's.
Serena, one of the most revered leaders in the history of Solace Keep. Serena oversaw the rebuilding of Solace after a devastating attack from outside raiders, roughly a century after the founding of the Keep. To aid in recovery efforts, Serena instituted a broad charter of new traditions to which the people of Solace adhere to this day.
Our founder envisioned a safe place for all who reside or explore in the Tusks. An admirable goal, certainly. Serena's vision was more about safety for the people already within Solace. Outsiders be damned.
Who was Serena? I can see where this is going. Interesting, let's move on. Who was Serena?
Ah, blessed Serena. She led Solace's rise from the ashes centuries ago, when an attack breached the walls and ruined our keep. She was a forceful and diligent leader who oversaw the rebuilding of the keep and established new traditions to keep us safe. Many, myself included, believe her traditions conflicted with Nandru's, which were more suited to a solace in peacetime.
Okay, now we're back here. Arcane Scholar, what do your records say about the end of Nandru's life?
Well, that is a topic of much discussion. We know that in the end, Nandru sought peace and solitude. Some foolish souls say that Nandru traveled to the garden, and that he enjoys an afterlife of peace and bliss.
Oh, so he might still be alive.
I believe Nandru died alone, having
by
found
some
his
like unnatural
silence
means.
At last. Nandru would never have considered bliss a true reward. Unfortunately, all we have is belief. Nandru's remains were never found, and no record exists of his passing.
Well, he's definitely still alive at the garden then. Okay, do you have anything about a garden?
If you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. Very few here have that knowledge. But Nandru did speak of a garden from time to time. He created the Wardens of Solace to oversee that garden specifically. No one can say for sure what the garden meant to him, for none has set foot there. I fear I cannot help you beyond that.
Okay. What kind of person was Nandru?
He was compassionate, eccentric, and charismatic. He knew how to draw out the best in his people. A true leader. Tradition says that when he knew his life was ending, he sought quiet solitude, knowing his work here was complete. Not a word of tradition, spoken or written, speaks ill of our founder. It is perhaps the only thing on which we all agree.
I guess we could ask again about this?
Well, that is a topic of some foolish souls say that Nandru traveled to the garden. Hogwash. I believe Nandru died alone, having found his silence at last.
Well, this is new.
Nandru would never have considered bliss a true reward.
Okay, interesting. Let's move on.
What more can I do to enlighten you?
Your philosophy seems controversial.
All philosophy is controversial here. Thoughts that do not challenge tradition might as well be tradition themselves.
What do scholars do in Solace?
We pass on the oral histories of Solace and seek to uncover those historical knowledge we have lost over time. In return, the unenlightened Jetuli of Solace curse, spit, and throw objects at us. It is truly a symbiotic relationship.
All right, well, I should be going. Good talk. Yeah, that must mean that Nandru is probably still alive in some form. Maybe using the Dream Scourge, or the Dream Scourge is like a byproduct of Nandru trying to like artificially extend his own life. I don't know. But he didn't seem like the type to do that. Right, that's the weird thing. We don't know enough to make a proper guess, aside from beyond Nandru still being alive or something, right? Whether that be in, like, he actually is still alive or, like, some form of undeath. Okay. Anything with you all? Nope. Let's check over here.
People say Wodeka is the goddess of law, but all I've seen is intolerance.
Nandru looked to Wodeka for inspiration when he created the traditions and laws of Solace.
Check it out. Oh, you're a vendor lord. Hello. Bulti.
You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you.
How come he looks like the villain from Far Cry 5?
Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
What is your role here exactly?
I am an attendant of the Council of Solace. I do whatever they ask of me, frankly. Currently, it is my honor to watch over the Shrine of Wodeka and keep it as pristine as the goddess herself.
You mean it's your honor to stay where the Council can keep an eye on you?
I have to know what that's about. I'll just be going now. I have to know what that's about.
The way I heard it, Bolty had a reputation for taking things from the armory and selling them to traders for a profit.
I paid my debt to Solace. I have changed.
Yeah, well, the Council is keeping you close by, just in case you haven't.
Alright, I'll be going. I do want to trade, though.
Good to see you again. How can I help?
Show me what you got. Treasure map. The blade that hungers. Ever since I found that dark blade, I have felt hungers that no food or drink can satisfy, almost as if it longs to plunge it into soft tissue and slash across vulnerable throats. Rather than continue to fight off its influence, I've buried the dagger before it buries me. I'll take that. I guess this is further on the northern end of things here. Buy some potions. We don't even need Adrabon, right? Yeah, we don't even need it. It's other stuff that I need. Okay. Sure.
Haven't seen Petro around in a while. Wonder what he's been up to.
Nothing good, most likely. No one's heard anything. Joffrey had to take over as captain.
Joffrey. Ha! That Nimdut. Why in Magren's name would anybody put him in charge?
Something must have happened to Petru. The council is keeping quiet. Think he joined the outcasts?
Petro? Join the outcasts? Ah, there's no way.
You know what? Nimdut has grown on me a lot. I don't know about their other, like, words and turns of phrases and all that, but Nimdut has really, really grown on me a whole bunch. Frankly, it's not too far off from a, like, Madiko or whatever from Valian language. Okay, interact with this. Yeah, here we are. Oh. Volcano. Stained glass. Council chamber. Hello?
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
Hey, that's Crispin Freeman. We just saw the Steel Garrote in the Tusks. Your lives are in danger. We believe the Steel Garrote have entered the Tusks. Your lives are in danger. We need your help. You owe Marius a debt of gratitude for warning you of danger. He didn't have to come here. We need your help.
Indeed you do.
And we'll gladly help you. Right across our borders.
Believe me, I don't intend to stick around. Tell us what we need to know and we'll be gone before you remember to miss me.
Very well. We'll deal with you later.
So, you need our help. What do you expect us to do for you, precisely?
We're looking for a path to the garden. Help us put an end to the Dream Scourge. Given how our conversation has gone so far, I don't expect much of anything from you. We're looking for a path to the garden.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy?
A god is imprisoned there. They spoke to me, begged me to come. We've determined it's the source of the Dream Scourge. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Your garden? Ooh, I want to say that. Your garden?
Right. Here we go.
Be silent. Have you no shame?
The garden is our sacred purpose.
It's observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. We used to be wanderers, explorers, caretakers of the island, until Nandru heard the call of the garden. He planted Solace Keep here, in the spot where it first spoke to him, and charged his people to forever protect it from all who might threaten its peace.
More accurately, he chained us to a barren wasteland 600 years ago, and abandoned us.
He gave his life to protect us from the world. We thank him by defending the garden.
We've determined it's the source of the Dream Scourge.
Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, Envoy.
Nandru once wrote that the island spoke to him. Perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face. I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Aedyran could have anything in common with Nandru.
We found an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way to the garden. I am a godlike of the being in the garden. Maybe Nandru was too. Lie, I am the reincarnation of Nandru. I don't care. How do I get to the garden? I like 1 and 4. 3 is pretty fun too. They would probably kick me right out here immediately if I said I was the reincarnation. We found an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way to the garden.
Enough. I know you Outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long.
You'll barely even leave the keep.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
Intellect 4-4. If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it? Could you at least tell us where we might look? So we came here for nothing? I don't believe you. If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
Damn, okay. Arcane Scholar, my purpose is greater than the concerns of Kith. I won't stop searching for a way to the garden. Stand around all you like, I'm leaving. I won't stop searching.
I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy.
Is this reactivity to my Imperialist choices?
Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius? Don't stay gone so long next time.
I bet
If this is the
Kostya
kind of warm
talks to
welcome I
us.
can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Yeah, he's totally gonna talk to us as we
I
leave.
warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
Poor Marius. At least I only had to deal with one politician. He's up against 2.
I can't believe the council's just 2 people, though. That's wild. Can I talk to you before I go over to Kostya?
Still lingering, Aedyran?
Give her the letter. I found a letter one of your council members wrote to Hilgard. I'll be on my way. Yeah, let's give her the letter.
Thank you, Envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Aedyr. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with
I don't
it
know
again.
if
But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting.
Well, we did get this key. What's in here? Nothing too amazing. Yeah, I don't want to have given her that, right? I don't actually want to have given her that. Let's see. Let me reload this. Right, that's very much against, like, the beliefs of our character. We want them to deal with the Aedyran Empire. Okay. Can I open this with a pick? No, I can't. A collection of papers. A stack of meeting minutes, notes, and assorted papers. For the most part, it is a collection of bureaucratic effluvia. Hidden amongst the marginalia and footnotes is a series of handwritten exchanges between Kostya and Mihala, scrawled in shorthand and dripping with excessive punctuation. The two never seem to be in agreement about anything. Mihala writes most of her entries in full sentences. Kostya, on the other hand, shows a deep love for rude sketches. Councilman Kostya, as per our conversation on the topic, we are supposed to present a united front, not whatever that was. It has come to my attention that certain parties have been intercepting my letters to Edir. While I am uncertain who might be responsible, I would advise the culprit to stop doing so. The margins of our meeting notes are not for caricatures, that is all. I look forward to another several hundred years or so of working with someone more stubborn than stone. Okay, took all that. Yeah, I'm not going to give her the note. Writings of Serena 3. Torn page from a journal. Superb arquebus. Torn page from a journal. A yellowed piece of paper mottled with water stains. It is written in Kostya's sprawling cursive. Most of it is unintelligible, but a few lines are legible. I'm done. Drive a spear through my heart. I cannot take this zealotry any longer. Not when everything we hold precious stands to burn to cinders because Mihala decided a dead man's words are more valuable than the lives of our people. What will it take to make her understand? Does Solace Keep need to fall before she opens her eyes? Writings of Serena 3. I'm grateful to Levu for playing the zealot. He draws in all the mean little rhetorical fights so I can focus on the work. But must he preach from Yugen's walk? Should Nandru's living word really ring out in the killing pit? Of course, Levu denies Nandru's divine inspiration. Levu claims I have as much claim to lead Solace as Nandru ever did, and that the new law is whatever I decide it must be. Does he actually believe it, or is he playing the firebrand so I can appear to temper him? There's a terrible danger turning away from the tablets. They were the wellspring of power in Solace, and whoever controlled their interpretation controlled our course. But the tablets themselves were fixed, unchanging, objective. That rigidity was killing us, just as it would shatter bad steel. But it also limited the council to narrow roles. Now that the living word lives in us, it can be turned to anyone's ambition. We are shooting terrible rapids, with civil war on one side and slow ruin on the other. I must change Nandru's word to guide Solace forward and to bury the secrets of our founders' past. Then I must hurl that changed word as far into history as I can. I must fix it all as tradition and embed the source of that tradition deep in the past, where no craven counselor can reach it. So let Levu preach from the very crack of doom. Let him be the last voice before the plunge into acid. Give Serena her power, or we will all die. May they believe it in their hearts. I pray to Wodaka they never wonder why I am so set on dismissing Nandru's writings. There's a source to this land's madness. There's something alien here that must never be released. Okay. Sure. I mean, clearly referring to Sopadal must never be released. But what do we mean by alien? Just how strange, like, everything I had seen pointed to Sopadal being very much tied to the land. But is it because it like Sapidal, they predate? Oh, hello.
I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
I thought you might. Wanted to squeeze in a few more insults on the way out? If you're here to make an apology, save it. I don't care. Raise an eyebrow quizzically, yes?
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
You disagree with her? What is going on in Solace Keep? She's risking lives for the sake of pride? What is going on in Solace Keep?
There are just not enough resources to go around, and it's causing people to fall ill. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
She did seem quite passionate. So you're a two-faced coward. You still owe me an apology. You're picking your battles. This feels like a difficult situation. I want an apology from him. Why the hell not?
I'm very sorry, Envoy. That was not the welcome to Solace I would have liked you to receive. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
Man, honestly, it was kind of pathetic just how quick he was able, like, just how quickly he was willing to just kowtow and, like, decide, oh, yeah, yes, of course, I'm very sorry, very sorry. What do you want, like, regardless of whether or not it's a good thing, it's definitely not, the optics aren't great. What do you want from me exactly? Whatever you're angling for, I'm not interested. What do you want from me exactly?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let an Aedyran trade caravan slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradise could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Count me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return? Trade agreements aren't in my specific wheelhouse, I'm afraid. Why haven't you? I'm not interested in solving your problems. Why haven't you?
Mihala won't have it. Our isolation here is not elective, but imposed on us by her. And Nandru, and our long traditions. Tradition is a tricky thing to end, Envoy. People become attached, don't they, to the old ways of doing things? Even when those old ways are killing them. I have tried to broach the topic of trade with her many times, as have my predecessors with her predecessors, and clearly we have gotten nowhere.
What is she afraid of? Got me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return? Trade agreements are my wheelhouse. Not interested in solving your problems. Okay, what is she afraid of?
Outside influence. The call of the wider world. She doesn't voice it, but she fears that if our wardens know the comforts of the lands beyond our borders, they will want to leave the tusks.
She's right. There's a whole world out there free from all the Saka and misery of Solace.
I would rather abandon every tradition and forget who we are Then watch my people suffer needlessly for pride.
It's more than pride. Your traditions make you who you are. Count me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return? Okay. Count me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return? Mind you that my character, in this situation, we're very pro getting involved with them, getting the Aedyran Empire intertwined with their whole situation. But if the tables were turned, if this were flipped around, and it was the Aedyran Empire that were isolationists, and we had to either continue being traditionalist to our own demise, or seek outside help, make no mistake, I'm pretty sure my character, as I've played them, given their imperialist nature, they would be very much a traditionalist. They would not seek outside help. The only reason my character is willing to overlook this is sort of a, like, an opportunity for the Aedyran Empire to expand its horizons. Alright. Consider me intrigued.
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarroth are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
Why are you telling me this? You knew about the Stilgarroth the whole time? You told me all I need to know. I must go. Why didn't you tell me Hala? Why didn't you tell me Hala?
Because I know how she'd react. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarroth. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarroth who find it, I don't care.
What about duty? No wonder you're so afraid of Mihala. You're a traitor. What then is of importance to you? What then is of importance to you?
My people. Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
Ambassador Hilgard is a reasonable man. You don't need Ludwig's support. You misunderstand the Ambassador's relationship with the Inquisitor. You have nothing to offer, Aedyr. My people, every person who is alive now and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. Hilgard is a reasonable man. You don't need Ludwig's support.
It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf.
You are?
A small, fanatical order on the ass end.
You seem younger than
wasteland.
Marius.
Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Usundid mind?
Usundid. A Lember expletive similar to, damn it.
You'd be giving up everything your people built here. Generations of history.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Aedyr and the Stilgarroth in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
I knew you were a fucking snake. I'm sure Mihala would love to hear this. You have a point? Hopefully Mihala will see it. You have a point.
Kind words I did not think I would hear. I doubt she will, though. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. After Fior, I suspect you Aedirans think of the people of the Living Lands as little more than bugs to be crushed, if you think of us at all. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger.
You are a fool if you believe giving Aedyr a crumbling castle will protect you from them. It would change you all. I wish you well, but I want nothing to do with this. It would change you all.
Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. I thought you'd empathize with this more. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
Regardless of what you think, I will find it. You're allowed your opinions and I will have mine. Regardless of what you think, I will find it.
You are not the first person to have said that. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
Inquisitor Ludwig is out of control. The Steel Garrote are unpredictable. They may force my hand. The thought had never crossed my mind. The Steel Garrote are my countrymen. If I see Ludwig, she's dead. Sorry. The Steel Garrote are unpredictable. They may force my hand.
I would never ask you not to defend yourself, Envoy. In any case, the Steel Garrote are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Aedirans can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also.
What is it? Goodbye, Kostya. Glare stoically. What is it?
Well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history.
Living Archives. I might just say exactly what you just told me. Living Archives are a repository of ancient lore kept by the dwarves of Solace. Monks and scribes of the Living Archives safeguard Pargrunen history, mythology, and tradition for the sake of present and future generations. I do love that here, speaking of tradition, that they've given sort of the like degree of nuance as typical in Pillars of Eternity is typical in Obsidian's writing for their role-playing games, where from the get-go it seemed as if, Kostya is this newer, forward-thinking person who's willing to shirk tradition for the sake of the survival of his people, right? And what's her name? Mihala is willing to keep clawing onto tradition even if it kills everyone, right? But they add some additional complications to it, wherein, for instance, Kostya is willing to, not even just willing to, but actively wants to work with the Steel Garrote and is willing to sell out everything to save his people, right? He's very much like ends justify the means in that regard. He doesn't care about even maintaining the keep, right? He doesn't even give a shit about that. He's fine if it's completely taken under Aedyran occupation. Very fascinating, very cool. Right. And of course, there's a fine line that you can walk between strict adherence to traditions and all of that and just throwing all of it away. There's a careful balance where, you don't have to be so traditionalist to where people suffer for it. But also, in doing that, you don't have to let go of certain traditions or like various bits of heritage and craft and stuff like that. There's a way to have your cake and eat it too without getting everybody to suffer for it. All right.
The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius. Because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the Envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, Envoy.
Arcane Scholar. Might these historians know of a route to the garden? The Imperial Library in Edir protects centuries of secrets. I'll go to them. Where can I find these living archives again? Perhaps if I have the time. Find another errand boy cost you. Might these historians know of a route to the garden?
It is definitely a possibility. The living archives contain centuries of knowledge. I wouldn't be surprised if there were clues to the garden's location in there somewhere. But I'm afraid I don't know for sure.
I'll go to them. Where can I find these living archives again?
They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there.
I love killing considerable numbers of Zarips.
At the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, Envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
Okay. Still have this marker over here. Locate the steel garrote. I still also don't have a fast travel point for Solace Keep, do I? Folks also want to chat at camp, a bunch of folks.
Any news, Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the council's...
Oh, right, at the bar. Who was it that I was looking for? Was it Mina?
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Geoffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got in. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. I've been working extra shifts without Petru here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge.
Joffrey's not too happy he left either. Sounds like you have a bone to pick with the wardens. Is there a lack of leadership in the keep? Let's say that.
You bet your fat-bottomed ass there is. Joffrey's fine, but he's green compared to our old captain, Petru. It's supposed to be a temporary post, but Petru went missing a few weeks ago and still hasn't come back. Of course, Mihala says he's on council business, but that's a load of Saka. There's more that goes on in this keep than that old crone knows about. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Your friend Marius here is an example as to what happens if we do. Some people don't like that. Petru... he skirted the rules. Has some project out there, at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure something must have happened to him. Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zarips, killed in a lava flow.
Intellect 4-3. That old tower is a good spot to look for clues to his whereabouts. Why haven't you told anyone? Sounds like he deserves whatever's coming to him. What's he working on outside the keep? Galloway's tusks is pretty hostile to a lone traveler. What's he working on outside the keep?
I don't know. Petru's always been cagey about it. We've been friends for years, but he still keeps his journal to himself. Insists it's for the good of Solace, though, and I'm inclined to believe him. He's the best captain the Wardens have ever had. Look, I know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and out of the keep. If you happen to go by the abandoned Warden Tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right? Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him.
I'll do what I can. No promises. I'll do what I can.
Never thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Aedyran.
Sometimes people just leave. He's probably drunk somewhere feeling bad about it.
That's it. I'm cutting you off, Mina. You're talking nonsense.
That's Saka, and you know it. You're too scared of Mihala to even think otherwise.
Okay. And that reminds me, earlier, Kostya was talking about trying to send out missives to get in contact with Hilgard in the Aedyran Empire. The reason why they weren't going through, we had seen, Mihala had been intercepting them. Right? Even before we talked to her about the note, you know, we had found that she had been trying to cut them off, or someone had. And and after we talked for her, before it was all but confirmed, but now it is basically confirmed that it was Mihala's doing that was getting them intercepted. Okay. Is there a fast travel point here that I can take? I don't know that there is. I'm surprised there's not an interior map for Solace Keep here. I guess the closest thing we have is the party camp.
An outlander. What do you think it means?
I think that's real fruit.
Let's see. Is there a fast travel point just right outside here? I don't see one. Yeah, I think the camp is our best bet. Right. Oh, no, wait. Is this one right here? Oh, this might be one. Yeah, there we go. Primordial Depths South Beacon. Okay, so let's go back to the camp, though. We'll chat with everyone, and then I think we should go to Paradise and see if we can speak with Hilgard. Galawain is the god of the hunt. Oh, we'll never know. We can also set up, speaking of Galawain, totem.
Careful with that thing. We're not even sure what it does. And some of us have to sleep here. Fits like a glove.
Increase your damage against prone enemies by 75%. Huh. Interesting. That is a wild one. We have, what, 3 ways of knocking people prone? Our special attack, when we pull off a stun attack, you know, when we exploit the stun, that prones people, or ragdolls them at least, which I assume would mean prone. Our charge attack knocks them down, and I think our jump slam, whatever it's called, our fist in the ground jumping slam, might accomplish the same thing. Okay.
That meeting of the Solace Council. Did not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all...
Maybe I'll try this.
processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by non-Druze centuries ago.
Same story everywhere. Though, much of Rauatai's history is... recorded in chants. So, half our
I feel like the Galawain one
it
will
doesn't
be
resolve our feuds, but
the one that I want.
It does make them more entertaining.
Do you think there's hope for the Council? Or are they too stuck in their ways?
Do I look like an Usundid politician? There's a reason I spend most of my time as far from civilization as possible.
Well, I'd vote for you, dearie. If only to see you squirm.
Okay. Marius, what's up?
Envoy? Sorry. I've been in my head ever since we left Solace, thinking about the village.
What about it? That's understandable. I need you focused. That's not what I want to talk about. That's understandable.
I'm tired of it. You need me focused, especially in the tusks, where just breathing wrong can kill you. Still, I don't know why I'm thinking about this village, or even why it feels so important. What if I get there and... oh, I don't know, I fall apart. Memories flood in and I don't know who I am anymore. Or worse, what if it's nothing?
If you feel this strongly about it, it's not nothing. The only way to know is to go there and find out. You're stronger than all that, Marius. You will overcome this. Whatever happens, we'll do so whether you worry about it or not. I like 1 and 4. Whatever happens, we'll do so whether you worried about it or not.
Right, but that doesn't make the worrying stop. There was a story. The warden who saw the future.
What was it about? Is this a story from Solace? We don't have time for stories. What was it about?
There was a young warden who thought she could see the future. She'd think about things and they would come to pass. She was worried about her father falling ill, and he did. She feared her friend would die of exposure. It happened.
Go on. It sounds like a useful talent. Were you the young warden by any chance? Is this going somewhere? I don't think so. I don't think he was a young warden, but fuck it, let's ask. Were you the young warden by any chance?
Come on, you.
Lumber term for smartass or asshole. Right.
One day, she was with her patrol unit guarding a watchtower, and she was struck by a terrifying thought. She just knew in her gut that Solace was under attack. Zareps or ogres or fire blights from the wastes.
So she left her post to stop the attack. There's no way a gang of Zareps could get through those gates. So she found a way to alert Solace and remain at her post? Is this coming to a point? No way a gang of Zareps could get through those gates.
That's what I said. The reply was, "It's a story. Shut up and listen." The young warden tried to alert her unit, but they didn't seem concerned. They said she was delusional. So she left the tower to go protect Solace. And she found nothing there. Meanwhile, her post came under attack. Her whole unit was killed because she abandoned it.
I see. She should have stayed at her post. Her future sight was just her worries about what might happen. That's a really dark story. And Solace sentenced her to prison for dereliction of duty. She should have stayed at her post.
Well, yes, but that's not the point. What if I'm seeing the future? I can't stop thinking about this village, as if I'm trying to predict what will happen.
The difference is that you haven't left your post. Well, he kind of has. Right? You sought help from your unit. We're here to support you. You can't predict what will happen, so stop trying. Being prepared for the future is never a bad thing. You can't predict what will happen, so stop trying.
I can tell myself that all I want. It doesn't stop the cycles in my mind. Anyway, I appreciate the talk, Envoy.
Wait, you're really thinking like you're predicting the future in this way?
Anyway.
Maybe he can. Maybe he is predicting the future in this way. Right? I don't know. Maybe it's true. Let's talk about Galawain's tusks. Anything
What do you
new?
want to talk about?
What can you tell me about Solace and Galawain's tusks?
There's more out there than I could tell you about. Best you go see it for yourself.
Oh, okay. Nothing for now.
Right. Changing the subject.
How about our companions?
Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yahtzee.
We have talked about Yahtzee.
I don't know. Things have changed a bit, I guess. She's not so bad. I mean, she's loud and impulsive and always trying to get herself killed, and she keeps saying things to get a rise out of me, Envoy. But joke's on her. No one's gotten a rise out of me in years.
Yeah, I think we've heard
Other
this.
than that, we can get along. She can be sweet, too. When she's not introducing me to a new word for my oak and acorns.
Alright, get some rest.
Until next time.
Let's see.
I heard you were stationed in the Deadfire.
Sure was. I was sent out as soon as I was old enough to leave home.
Is it true what they say? That Aedyran woke up a dormant volcano?
That was after my time. But, wait. Why do you want to know?
Why do you want to know?
No reason.
Shut the fuck, damn you.
Please don't start thinking of ways to set off a volcano.
Or don't shut the fuck up. Talk
charcoal
more.
mask does sound wonderful.
No one is setting off any volcanoes. How would that even work?
I bet she'd like to know.
I bet I'd be really good at it.
Alright, Giada?
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack.
Mihala is just trying to protect her people. Kostya seemed more innovative in his thinking, at least. What kind of unconventional equipment? Yeah, honestly, I get the gist for both Mihala and Kostya. I understand both of them, I feel. I want to know about the equipment.
A corporeal inverter. In layman's terms, it replaces living things with dead things by killing them. Maybe it wasn't my smartest investment, but I thought it had research potential.
Okay, well, Kostya seemed more innovative in his thinking, at least.
If the steel garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
Wherever I go, I have to prove myself to strangers. No one should enter the garden, but we're going to do it anyway. They don't care. I don't fit in with their traditions. They don't care.
That's all right. I prefer the company of misfits and rejects. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way.
Okay, I wanted to ask about you. Anything new?
What are you so curious about?
Nope, never mind. Get some rest.
Until next time.
And Kai?
Talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy to see Aedyran's for a change.
What do you think about Kostya's plan for a deal with Aedyran?
I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the Envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it.
Arcane Scholar. Pargrunen across Eora build and abandoned forts all the time. Kostya's way is actually more traditional. He's right, obviously. It's reckless. He's betting his people's future on a risky deal and assuming they'll adapt. He shouldn't make that kind of decision on everyone's behalf. It's a good deal for Aedyran. Yeah, let's say that. The Arcane Scholar check is very tempting and makes a ton of sense. But for my character specifically, being such an Imperialist, being so pro-Aedyran Empire, I have to say 5, right? It's a good deal for Aedyran.
True, but I don't think it's a bad one for the Pargrunen. Rauatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almaua tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land.
Intellect 4-6. Would the peoples you've absorbed into your empire feel differently? That explanation simplifies a messy and often violent history. Rauatai is one of the world's most prosperous and expansive empires because of that boldness. Yeah, let's admire their expansive empire and use it as a way to justify our own, perhaps?
Don't get me wrong, I saw the messy part of that boldness in Deadfire. But I don't think isolationism is the answer either. The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Aedyran? Or striking out into the living lands?
They know how to survive in the Tusks. They should stay here. Anything's better than this. They should take their chances elsewhere. That's not for me to say. Anything's better than this.
I only hope they get that chance.
I got questions about you.
Ask away.
Never mind.
Check your bedroll for fangworms.
Oh, more from Marius.
Envoy, coming back to Solace is not easy for me. A lot of memories. Not all happy ones.
Did something happen to you here? Commandant Mahala seemed to think highly of you. What's on your mind? Commandant Mahala seemed to think highly of you.
She took an interest in me when I first came to Solace. No idea why. I was an outsider and a child. She had every right to make me someone else's problem, but she didn't.
She must have seen something in you. Mahala has a bigger heart than she lets on. She must have seen something in you.
I struggle to see it myself. Maybe my mirror's dirty. Just makes it harder coming back. After the way I left things here.
Did something happen to you here? What's on your mind? Did something happen to you here?
I grew up in Solace. They took me in when I was a child, and they treated me like one of their own. Until I left.
That doesn't seem so bad. Oh, I see. How dare they treat you with kindness and generosity? Who do they think they are? They took you in from where exactly? Why did you leave? Yeah, where did you come from before all this? The village, huh?
That... I don't know. I think it has something to do with those memories we talked about. That village. I feel like I'm being pulled in that direction, but... I don't want to go there. Really don't want to go.
Are we thinking Andra might be involved here? Given all the forgetting?
I was lied to, like everyone in Solace knew something I didn't. Whenever I asked about where I came from, I never got a straight answer. You're here now, they'd say. That's what matters.
You think they were hiding something about your past? They probably just wanted to make you feel safe. That's very suspicious behavior. It's time to stop obsessing about your childhood and grow up. You think they were hiding something about your past?
Oh, they definitely were. I swear on Magran's breath. What could have been so bad that they wouldn't even tell me about it? Was it something I did? Something I didn't do? I left because I felt like everyone there was keeping something from me. Like I didn't belong there. And they all knew it.
Take a moment, Marius. Breathe. I can see why you might want to get away from all that. You have to know that was all in your mind. You sound like a madman. Let's come on a little way too harsh here. Let's be shitty. You sound like a madman.
Right. Thanks, Envoy. It means a lot to have your support. Anyway, that's why I left. Solid good it does me now. Anyway.
Okay, good talk. Anything else, Marius? No. Okay, what other upgrades can I perform here? Oh yeah, my Arquebus. Power attacks deal high frost accumulation to nearby enemies. Killing an enemy gives you 5% damage reduction for 10 seconds. I wonder if it stacks. If it stacks, that could be kind of wild if you kill a whole bunch in quick succession. That said, damage reduction is probably a lot less important for a ranged character like that.
Did you ever get shipwrecked?
Once. The seas were choppy, and we scraped the edge of a reef. Pretty far from any of our bases, unfortunately.
And when the rations ran out, did you...
Did I what?
Did you eat any of your crewmen?
No.
Oh yeah, she loves horror stories.
Fire kelp. Why?
Cannibalism is supposed to be good for the soul. According to research, anyway.
What research?
I've also heard that sailors have appetites that can't be sated on land.
Oh, I can attest to that.
Sometimes it's just about survival.
Alright, Yahtzee, that was an alright one.
You people read too many adventure stories. Doesn't the thought make you queasy?
On the bright side, if we're ever short on supplies, it's useful to know who gets eaten first.
I've always thought that you looked good enough to eat, Kai.
Just remind me never to get on a ship with any of you.
Dude, the party banter with the 4 of them is so good. Man, I can't believe they make you wait so long in the game to get all 4 of them. Right? Given like how well they bounce off of each other. Like, you know, just 2 of them, or just even just the 3 was okay, but the 4 of them together, it's really something. Okay, let's craft all this crap up here. There we are. And then, should I upgrade Lodestone to its final bit? Or I could... Can I make more Dragonhide here? I can, but only 2. Alright, I'll upgrade Lodestone. Why not? There we are. Fully upgraded. All the way. Cool.
Ever heard of Empress's Eye?
I think so. It's a flower, isn't it? Aedyans used to believe that it was an ill omen.
Right. It grows in ditches in Emerald Stair, even now. Very resilient, as long as it gets even a little water.
Really? Oh, I'd love to see them.
If you crush the flower pods and add lemon juice and a little water, it makes a paste that would be great for dyeing your hair.
Marius, are you offering me beauty tips?
It makes it kind of bluish purple, with a little bit of shimmer to it. Looks good.
Well, dearie, I cannot wait to try it. Thank you.
It's also good for getting creek beetle dung out of leather, too. For what it's worth.
Ah, there it is.
Okay. And then... let me exit here. Right? There we are. Confirm. And should we try and go back all the way to, what do you call it? I think we should. Before we really get to adventuring here. That said, we could run over to get the cartographer. Because we'll have to go back to Dawn Shore anyway. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay. Let's see, let's travel back this way. Primordial Depths. Yeah, because we'll have to go back to Sansa anyway. That way at least we're not going all the way out to Paradise to speak with Hilgard for potentially nothing.
Help! My gods, they're killing us.
Oh. Hang on, there's a plant over here I need to pick. Thorned fruit. Alright, yes sir, who is killing us, and who is us? Do you need to be killed?
Outlander, my gods, help me! We're being slaughtered! The archives, please, gods!
Cost you sent me to investigate what's happened. I'll head to the archives right away. I can't promise anything, sorry. What's happened?
My brothers, my fellow monks, they changed into monsters before my eyes. They're tearing everything apart. Oh my gods, how could this be happening?
I'll head to the archives.
Oh, thank the gods. Bless you, Outlander. Friend, thank you.
Maybe we should
North
avoid
along
that.
the main road. The archives are on a bluff. You can't miss the
Right,
smoke.
speaking with Hilgard first
Look
may
for
be important.
Gregor. He'll know what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah, it might be important that we actually not go there immediately. Maybe we circle around. I don't know if I can. You know what? Let's play it safe. Let's go to Dawn Shore. We'll speak with Hilgard. And then we'll come back again. Because I'm worried that I'm going to get too close to either the Garrote or to the archives. And potentially it'd have a negative impact on what I could accomplish by speaking with Hilgard. Which, like I said, there may not even be anything. At least not yet. We'll see. Okay. Good. And let's see over here. Oh, wrong way. God, I really do notice the 20% slower move speed.
Now, upon the fate of those that oppose the Burn Queen's justice.
Right. Death to all. Ilgard.
I trust you're still holding together?
Ah, yeah, see, I can't even say anything. It was worth a shot. Maybe after we accomplish some of this other stuff, we'll be able to. Okay, let's go to Galawain's tusks. Word Kith is used to describe the dominant civilized races of Eora, including humans, Almawa, dwarves, elves, Orlans, and godlike. I do love the existence of the word Kith. I do really like it. Because I often find myself struggling for, like, words to describe others.
But not our voices.
Deserters. Hello?
Does this amuse you, seeing your kin caged like beasts?
No true kin would desert Solace. All we have are our oaths to Nandru, and you broke them.
Right. They're not the only ones either.
The damn oaths again. You might as well be the one in chains. Our founder, Nandru, didn't intend for his people to starve. I'd bet you my kidneys he didn't build Solace Keep so we can die of starvation in it. No, he would have wanted us to live.
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm getting too hungry to even think.
That's horrible. What's going on here? Why aren't you feeding your prisoners? What did they do to deserve starvation? Why aren't you feeding your prisoners?
What's going on here is Pargrunen business. Stay out of it, Outlander.
Yeah, don't need a blessed outsider pretending they know anything. Move along.
Can't imagine why you even set foot here. These are Pargrunen lands, last I checked.
Meaning mind your tongue and your judgment while you're here, outsider. These folk have done much to deserve their cages.
Strange to see a prisoner defending their jailer. Fine. I'm looking for an old godless tower making the way to the garden. I just think they have the right to better food. Strange to see a prisoner defending their jailer.
Strange that you think we'd care about your opinion. Saka, get out of here.
And you assholes need to feed us.
There's no food. We barely have decent meals ourselves. Why waste any of it on people who won't stay and fight?
Saka, don't tell the outsider that. These bastards wanted to abandon the keep.
Resolve 11-7. And share your rations with them. What use is a government if it doesn't feed its wretched? If they were going to abandon their people, they don't deserve the resources. Imagine if you were in their place instead. I'll be out of your beard if you'll just tell me where the Godless Tower is. What would we think? Probably if they were going to abandon their people, they don't deserve the resources. Well, I don't know. Because this is what we would think if it were a case for someone deserting the Aedyran Empire. But in this situation, right, we're sort of... We have to acknowledge that our character, being an Imperialist, we do have to be a little hypocritical, right? We can't undergo this without some degree of hypocrisy and maintain our ideals of expansionism. Which I think is kind of cool in and of itself, that it sort of requires hypocrisy for you to go through with it. If they were going to abandon their people, they don't deserve the resources.
There's nothing to abandon. It's a corpse. And if they all stay there, they'll become the same thing.
If all of us leave, we doom our people. We need to stand strong, or Solace Keep will fall.
Like Councilman Kostya keeps saying, we're long past any hope of saving that crypt.
Do you want anything else? I'm sick of looking at you.
I'll be out of your beard if you just tell me where that godless tower is. I don't even know if you have a beard. Yeah, I don't think any... Possibly none of them here have a beard. Just tell me where that godless tower is.
Fine. Anything to be done looking at you. Follow the main road north and then east. You'll find some dirt paths to follow after you hit the cliffs. Now mind your business.
Okay. Granted, I think this is at the... Yeah, this is like the opening of the area. Yeah. How did we miss this? Or did it get updated? After we had been through? Maybe? Okay. Well, either way, let's travel over here. Because we have seen all this. There we are, primordial depths. Good, good, good. Okay. And then, you know what? I think we'll call it here for now. And when next we return, we'll explore these northern reaches of Galawain's tusks, which seems even more compact than the southerly part. Not sure, though. But at the very least, there's one more bounty, and we have to go get some cartographer's remains, I assume. Maybe this time it'll be the one exception to the rule. Right? And we got a bunch of stuff to deal with up here. All right. Well, until next time, please take care of each other.